Good evening. Today I'm here to talk to you about the inefficiency within management and what can you do to a corporation. A recent study has shown that inconsistencies within the management position of companies actually does hinder the morale of the company as well as the employees themselves. When you strip down management, you get down to a point to where one of the basic things that you need to build within your company or within your employees themselves is just trust. Being able to communicate with your employees and making sure that they trust you. According to Robert Bacall of Bacall and Associates, they looked at a group of 100 managers, and most of them were able to generate a solid trust within their employees. Their employees trusted them to make the right decisions on their behalf. That way they could concentrate on their jobs. One of the things that you do want to do as a manager is you always want to lead by example. Anything that you say, you want to make sure that you believe in it and that your employees believe that you stand by it. Not only do you want to walk the walk, but you don't want to just talk the talk, but you want to walk the walk as well. This will build a foundation for trust within your employees. You'll find that your employees will work harder for you, and productivity just goes up from there. Another thing you do want to show is concern for your employees. You want to make sure that you have their best interests in mind and that they know that. If an employee feels that they're backed by their manager, they'll work harder for that manager anytime. Inconsistencies within the management, as I mentioned, it does lead to low morale with your employees. Once they feel that they can no longer trust you, your employees, they do have to have a peace of mind about their management in order to concentrate on their jobs and what they need to do. Louise Ball of the Ball Management Associates, she gives some pitfalls to watch out for when dealing with management, as far as for the HR and just managers in general, things to look out for to try to avoid from being one of these inconsistent managers. One of the things that you do want to do is you want to be consistent, not only in private but in public as well. If you're talking to an employee in the office on a one-to-one basis, you come across as maybe a aggressive manager. When you're with a group of people, you want to be that same type of person. If you come across as someone who's a little more hospitable when you're with a group of people, employees tend to not know exactly who you are. Are you the aggressive manager, or are you the approachable manager? What kind of person are you? Also, shifting your management philosophies. You can either go from, you're either the type of manager that wants to do it all himself, or you're the type of manager that dictates and lets other people do their jobs for you. You don't want to be switching back and forth. You want to make sure that the employees know that you have full faith in what they do and how they are. Another thing that you want to look out for is differential treatment within your employees. It is hard in our environment to treat all employees the same, so you want to make sure that if for any reason you do have to treat employees different, that you make sure that the employees know why this situation was done differently compared to the other one. Some other things that you want to look at when avoiding any kind of things like that is you want to make sure, as I mentioned earlier, that you walk the walk versus just talk the talk. If you're the type of manager that believes in a certain philosophy, you have to live by that philosophy and make sure that your employees know that you're living by that philosophy as well. I think one of the best ways we can handle these types of situations and do less with the inconsistency of management is to have HR take a stronger stance in this situation. If an employee or a coworker comes to you and says that they're having problems with the manager for a certain situation, that HR does take a closer look at this to see exactly how or why these situations are occurring. There was a recent study that was done by Dell back in 2012. Dell took some of the management that were not meeting expectations and placed them or shadowed them with some of the managers that were actually exceeding their expectations. After 2 weeks of this, the managers who were shadowing, they took notes, saw the philosophies of the actual managers that were doing the job well, and went back to their areas of expertise and put some of these ideas to use. And they found within 6 months that actually the different departments that took part in this study actually increased by 25% their productivity. So as I mentioned, we just want to make sure when you are dealing with inconsistencies within your management, management does have a big effect on how your employees and how your productivity is. So if you are a manager, you want to make sure that you are doing the best that you can and that your employees know what kind of person you are what kind of manager you are, and also that you have nothing but, you know, their best interest at heart. Thank you.